All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, YouTube. Hopefully, we're not getting any weird static or feedback this morning. I've had that to happen lately. And I've had to go back and make some adjustments and some changes. So, y'all let me know. Just finishing up a little final setup here. Good morning to you. Good morning. Whew. Let's see. I'm going to try something different on the YouTube this morning, on the Facebook. See if I can try something new. Let's see. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you guys are doing well. I'll pull my chat box up, but I really don't see comments from YouTube or from Facebook. Let me go ahead and get started live on TikTok. Good morning to you. Oh, don't want that feedback. Good morning, Miss Linda. How you doing this morning? Welcome in. Good morning to everybody. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to each and every one of you. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're here for a little bit of time or the whole time, I take it as a blessing, and I don't count it out that you were willing to come in and connect with me. There are thousands of people that you can come see, large or smaller. Heck, you could be going live yourself at this time. So I take it as an extreme pleasure and gift that you're willing to spend just a few minutes with me. We are back to talk about a lot of things. First, let me do a little bit of check-in work and make sure I don't fall off this treadmill. Miss Linda, I got my water, girl. Sis, I got my water. Let me not say girl. That's not right. I have my water, ma'am. I have my water. So I'm ready. I'm going to be hydrated this week. One of my sticking points is just to be a little bit more hydrated. So I've got my hydration. Got my water. Got my agua. My H2O. Fresh new bottle. How are you guys? Thank you so much for sharing the live. Sharing is caring. It's what helps this live to grow. Miss Linda, how was your weekend? How was your weekend? I know you weren't able to make class, but I hope that you had a great weekend. I hope that you had a great weekend. Yeah, I feel that. I can definitely relate to that. Good morning, Facebook and YouTube. Welcome in. Welcome in. It might just be the two of us today, girl. It might be just the two of us today. I'm going to work on it. I'm in good spirits. I hope that's what you hear from me, and that I'm in good spirits. Let's see. Let me share this out with a few friends before we get started. Not too much. Share this out with a few of my internet friends and family. Well, that's a good thing, Miss Linda. You can watch all my stuff as a replay. That's a good thing. That means that you were able to make a really strong connection with your client, so much so that you realized they needed more of you and you were willing to invest it. That's a good thing. You are in business. You are in business. I love seeing all the ways that everything is growing over there for yourself and your community. It's quite beautiful to watch. It is quite beautiful to watch. And because you're so helpful with that person, they'll tell a friend and a friend tells a friend. And then eventually you're going to have a waiting list. Come on with the waiting list. Let's be waitlisted for the one-on-ones. Or maybe small group coaching. Put that on your radar too, because you can do they could pay. So let's say that your small group is $1,000 an hour. They could split that $1,000 across the group, and then you offer them small group coaching. I'm just saying, something to think about. Good morning, Richly Me. I hope your morning is feeling quite wealthy. Happy Now VIP. Good morning to you. Glad to have you in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Morning Motivations, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I try to step up, step out, and provide you mindset support, business tips, and AI strategies that work. I own the paid creative community. It's a school community. It's free to join. Click on my profile up there at the top. Tap on that thing you know to tap. Head on over and join my free community. I'd love to have you. It's the second week of October. Already the second week. We're about to be in the middle of the month. We're going to blink. It's going to be the middle of the month. So use today, this Monday, this fresh start to move yourself and your life and your business forward. So, Miss Linda, question. Can the stall end after your birthday? And happy early birthday. Can the stall end after your birthday? And what's at the core of the stall? Why are you stalling? I know why I stall. Okay, good. So we can give it a day, wait till your birthday ends. But usually when we think about stalling, and this is the case for me too, is I think about, matter of fact, I have a presentation. I have to present it next Thursday, and I've been stalling. Good morning, Miss T. Glad to have you. I have been stalling, been putting the brakes on it. But it's next Thursday, so today is the day. The goal is this by Thursday. I need to be practicing. But for you just hate putting the stuff together. I got you. Once I cross over the barrier of not knowing what I'm going to do to knowing what I'm going to do, I feel much better. But it's the getting there that I struggle with. But for me, in this moment, it's fear. I'm a little nervous about it. And I know it's going to be fine, but I am nervous about it. Good morning, Miss Samela. Good morning, Di. I wonder if that's Diana. It might be. Good morning to you. How y'all doing? How was your weekend? Did you guys have a smooth, peaceful weekend? I'm in Dallas, Texas. The weather has been wonderful. My best friend, I have a best friend. We've been friends since we were in our 20s. Really our teens, like 19, 20. And she lives in the area. And so I'm a planner. Y'all know I'm a planner. And so I'm already thinking about what does Christmas look like. I spoke with my husband. We've worked out what Thanksgiving and Christmas is going to look like across families. Those of you who are married or long-term relationships, you know you have to do that. And so I was like, I need to, we last year we did a friendmas. I spent the night at her house and we hung out and enjoyed Christmas together. I was like, this is about to be a tradition, right? And so messaged her, hey, when are we going to do friendmas this year? I want to do it again. She said, we haven't celebrated your birthday, ma'am. I'm not talking about friendmas until we celebrate your birthday. Well, y'all, it's October. My birthday was in July, and she was not playing no games. Would not even discuss it. I was like, the shade of it all. So we celebrated my birthday Sunday. Yes, we celebrated. Yes. I was like, well, hell, I celebrate all year. It's fine. I celebrate all year. And so we had a wonderful lunch. I'm going to create some content around it. Wonderful lunch. Got to chit chat, got to connect, and celebrated my birthday. And and I said, I work all the time, all the time, all the time. I've taken a vacation. In July, I took a vacation. I've got another vacation coming up soon. But outside of that, your girl be working. And so I really appreciate, if she's listening, I really appreciate my birthday lunch. It gave me room to just breathe and just exist, to be a human being. And I had and the weather was beautiful. The restaurant was wonderful. The food was great. It was just one of those moments I was like, I needed that moment. So I had a great weekend. How was y'all's weekend for my October birthday, but I was born in July? Dark Veda, good morning. Yeah, you do. You are right about that. Y'all, I'm going to tie my shoe because I would hate to fall. Good morning, Jean or Jean. Good morning to you. How y'all doing this morning? How was your weekend? Whew. How was your weekend? Did you get to some time to relax the way I did? Did y'all work? Anybody have any vendor sales? Is anyone getting ready for vendor sales? Let me ask that follow-up question. Are y'all getting ready for vendor sales? Yeah, let me know in the chat. What was your weekend like? Jean, glad to have you here. Good morning. This is Morning Motivations, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I try to step into the space and offer you some mindset support, because there's a lot of the reasons why businesses don't move forward, especially small onepreneur, solopreneur business don't move forward, is because of our mind and the things we tell ourselves. And so the purpose of these calls is to help us work on that part. And then in the community, I offer classes, ChatGPT prompts, community conversations, resources. That's where you go and add more meat to the bone. All right. So normally you'd be getting ready for the holiday market, but you decided not to do it this year. Okay. Congratulations on choosing you and choosing what you felt was best for you this year. Are you going to do anything smaller or any like custom or personal orders? Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I'm so glad you're there. Good morning, Taylor May. So glad to have you. This is the first time I've seen my YouTube work. YouTubers, let me know in the chat. Talk to me. Thank you, girl. I'm so glad to see you this morning. And I hope that your day gets better. I hope that your day gets better. Good morning, it's Simply Nakia. Good morning, Keisha. How y'all doing this morning? Come on in. We're about to get started. Let me know in the chat, how was your weekend? Taylor, I hope your day and your weekend, your weekend may have been rough. I hope your day gets better. Y'all let me know in the chat. All this month, we have been talking about fear. Our series for this month is fear. All right. And we're going to be diving in each week all the ways to navigate fear, to help us come to terms with fear. Last week, we talked about how certain roadblocks, like fear of losing money, like fear being layered into procrastination or trying to be perfect. We even talked about our fears around rejection. Good morning, Charlene. So glad to have you. Good afternoon to you, Charlene. Good afternoon to you. Guys, make sure you're following Charlene. She's a master designer, coder, musical genius. Make sure y'all are following her if you're not already. And just a wonderful human being all the way around. Make sure you're following her. Good morning, Nikki. Glad to have you guys this morning. I'm glad you're in. Come on in. We're still having this discussion around fear. When we talk about fear, one of the key things that a lot of people are afraid of is being rejected, especially when it comes to things like posting on social media, sharing your products. All right? And it doesn't matter how confident you are, how seasoned you are, how together you look, how beautiful you are. That does not matter. Everyone has felt the feelings of rejection. All of us have been rejected as well. In some way, small or large. We've all experienced rejection. Good morning, Erica. All of us have. A job, in a relationship. It could be a parent. It could be a child. All of us have experienced rejection. And the feelings, they rarely ever leave us. The experience and the feelings are quite vibrant. Good morning, Apple Blossom. And because that's the case, we are ducking and hiding and running from all sorts of things simply because we're afraid. But I'm here to tell you today that rejection is really just redirection. It really is. Professionally, we're hitting like the 4 or 5 year mark at this point. Professionally, I had been turned down for a couple of jobs. And I remember thinking one of those rejections, or I'm going to say perceived rejection because it wasn't rejection. It took me down a dark spiral. It really spiraled me because I knew that I was capable. I knew that I was competent. And there was a conversation that happened right before I'd even interviewed for that job, where I realized in that moment, the way the person was speaking to me, the tone that they used, the message was, there's nothing you can do. You won't get this job. And you really need to stop talking to me. And I remember feeling the pain of that rejection, of that it did not matter. It didn't matter how good I was. They were going to give it to the person that they felt most comfortable with. They were going to give it to the person that looked like them, that sounded like them, that in their mind stepped into the role and would be just like them. It didn't matter. And I was depressed for like six months after that. I soon left. I got a new role. I stayed in that role for a little bit, and then I left the organization altogether. And what I learned from all of it is that in this life, before we lean into all of these terrible feelings that surround rejection, we need to stop in our tracks and ask ourselves, am I being redirected? Am I being redirected? Are you being pushed in a different direction that's going to give you a greater outcome? Because I'm telling you straight up, if I had gotten that job, I would not be talking to you right now. There would be no business. I still believe there would be a Sundays with T and R, but there certainly wouldn't be an M. I would have never started a business. I would have never grown my AI skill capacity. I wouldn't have products. I have classes that I teach that are mine, that I have built on my own, separate from any corporate entity. None of that would have came to fruition had I gotten that job. Rejection is often redirection. And what I want us to really think about and really lean into is the idea that if you just slow down before you let all the feelings of rejections fill you up and take you down a path of destruction, slow down and ask the question, am I being redirected? I'm about to do some things that I have never done before. I'm about to take some risks. And I've slowly been taking some risks. I've been asking people to collaborate with me. I've been asking people to work with me in ways that I haven't before. And I am putting on my armor as it relates to rejection, because I know ahead of time I'm going to send out X number of emails. 92% of them, if not all of them, will be rejections. There are some applications that I'm going to fill out. I am going to be rejected on those applications. I know that going in. But I'm taking the experience as I'm shooting my shot until the right one makes it in the hole. And that every rejection is simply a redirection to get me exactly where I'm supposed to be. Good morning, Courtney. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. And you have to look at it that way. If not, you spend so much time spiraling that nothing moves forward in your life and your business, and there's nothing more sadder than that. You're going to apply for things this next year that you're not going to get. You're going to pitch collaborations and the person's going to say no. You're going to post some content and you know the content is good and nobody's going to like it, repost it, or reshare it. It happens to me all the time. I've had to get very accustomed to the fact that I can create stellar content, or I could believe it's stellar, and people are going to take what they want from it, but they won't reshare it. They're not going to repost it. I have to be okay with that. It's not a rejection. And you have to be okay with that too. Good morning, Jen Customs. Glad to have you this morning. Good morning, Shrey. Glad to have you this morning. This morning, we're talking about rejection. We're talking about rejection. Deep dive on rejection today, because it's a fear that sits in all of us. And if everybody's experienced it, nobody wants to experience it again. We've all experienced it. Put a 1 in the chat if you've had some form of rejection show up in your life or your business lately. Put a 1 in the chat if some form of rejection has shown up in your life or in your business lately. Lately, I would say the last year, I've had to turn things down. I've had to turn either opportunities or collaborations down. And sitting on the other side, I don't like that either. I really don't like sitting on the other side of having to do that. But I realize in choosing myself, that's also a part of having a sense of redirection. Good morning, Miss B. When I choose myself, so some of you, you're going to be sitting on the other side. You're going to be the one that's having to say, I'm so sorry. We can't move forward on this. You're going to be on the other side. Good morning, Crafting with Christine. Good morning, good morning. You're going to be sitting on the other side. Good morning, Crafting Ninja. And you're going to be the one that's having to say no. Just know that if you're sitting on the other side, saying no is also an act of redirection. And there's nothing wrong with that. All right? Other things I want you to think about as we go into this week. Okay? Maybe consider rejection as not failure. Because that's the other thing with all of this. It's not failure. It's feedback. We don't need to chase what closes. We can really take the time to honor what opens up for us. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. I could have chased that offer or that rejection. I could have chased it. I could have made it a big deal because of the way things happen, how they happen. I could have chased it. But in chasing it, I would have missed out on all the beautiful opportunities that I've had right now. So I don't have to chase it. Accept it. Cut the sting at the pass. And decide, how am I, really think about, how are you being redirected? And what can you learn from it? What feedback does this rejection? It's still going to sting. And the question I really want you to think about is, what could that no be protecting me from? All right? Because sometimes a no is protection. A no is keeping you from the very thing you don't need at all. So what is that no protecting you from? Guys, to round out this story, I found out about a year and a half later that no had protected me from so much. So much happened after I received that no. After I received the no, that I was being protected from, that my family was being protected from. Case in point, had I gotten that role, I would be in office, picking my kids up, struggling to get them to activities, and not being allowed to be present. There's no driving my daughter up to the bus stop. I wouldn't drive her up to the bus stop and wait and chit chat with her for a few minutes. I would be bumping the gas to get her to the bus stop to rush off to work every day. That no protected my family with time. With time. I get to do my work at home. The days my kids have activities, I go get them. The days they don't, I continue to work. They catch the bus. I get to greet them. That no protected my family of time. And I still get to be a great employee. I still get to put in all the work. I still get to run my business first thing in the morning before I start my workday, or late at night, or on the weekends. Sometimes no's are protection. It was the best no I could have gotten. And it doesn't say that I was a failure. It had nothing to do with me, actually. I wasn't going to get the role no matter what I said. Their mind was made up before I ever opened my mouth. Everything else was just performative at best. And once I realized that, and once you realize that, more often than not, you're not experiencing rejection at all. You're only experiencing redirection. So, y'all know I came in here with homework. Good morning, Meredith. We're talking rejection today. And we've decided that we're going to allow rejection to live in our lives as redirection. And the question I want everyone to be constantly asking themselves is, what could that no be protecting me from? How is that no playing protection in my life? How is the no playing protection in your life? So here's the homework, and I'm gonna put a chat GPT prompt in the chat in the paid creative community. Meredith, make sure you're part of my community. I would love to have you. Mel, make sure you're part of my community. I'd love to have you. Click on my profile up at the top, and it'll say free school community. I'd love to have you. Here's your homework for this week. Write down one rejection that's still sitting heavy. That thing that you think about and just makes your back get tense every time you think about it. And I want you to reframe it. What are some lessons that it give you? And what did it protect you from? What are some lessons that it give you? And what did it protect you from? Because once you can do that, you can join me. Because I'm telling y'all right now, I am working on some things in the background that the rejection letters, the non-responses, baby, they finna come in waves. I'm gonna get a bunch of them. But I'm suited up. I'm looking at it as kind of like a ping pong. You remember when people used to play what was it called? Pinball? And you would hit the ball and it would ping pong, ping pong. I'm looking at those rejections like that. That I'm getting moved left and right, up and down, side to side, and all of it's guiding me to the perfect yes. Because in this life and going forward, I'm no longer going to allow rejection for me to be defined by rejection, for me to be emotionally destroyed by rejection. But from here on out, I'm going to look at rejection as being constantly moved and placed so that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at the right moment, at the right time. And I welcome you to do that with me. So this week and all this month, we're talking about fear. And we have to overcome the fear of rejection. The first step is to look at rejection as a redirection and remind yourself that there's opportunity to look at rejection as a form of protection. That's my piece for today, y'all. That's all I got. Good morning, Diana. Catch the replay on YouTube. The replay it's going to be available right now on YouTube. All right. If y'all missed the Canva AI Holiday Workshop, you missed the treat. You missed the treat. For the most part, everybody walked out of there with a functioning Canva app and strategies that they can use in their business. Now, the replay is available, but I don't think what people realize is I create courses for a living. It's what I actually do as my day job. So I've taken my skills as an instructional designer and I built that course out just like I would for any corporate company that I work for. So you got the replay at the top of that course, and then you have all these little bitty videos that's going to guide you step by step by step. I would love to have you in the course. If you are a veteran Canva AI person and you know how to make apps, there are going to be some tools, some resources, and some ideas that are going to take you to the next level in that course. Oh, hey, Nikki, you're on YouTube? I love it. I love it. Hopefully your sound is better over there. I had YouTube comments today. I was like, oh, YouTube comments? Come on, YouTube. All right. All right. Mr. Mel, I'm going to drink my water. I almost forgot, but I remembered towards the end. That is my word for today. Guys, we got to tackle this fear of rejection. Don't worry about being rejected. It's redirection. And the key is you're going to have way more rejection than you're going to have acceptance. So keep going. Don't take it personal. It's not personal. It's redirection. It's also probably protection. All right. Okay. Canva Holiday AI Workshop. Canva AI Workshop. Go grab it. Today is Monday. We have Mid-Journey Mondays with Regina, Color Me Calm Tuesday, and Talia's teaching wall art on Saturday. So if you're not a part of these communities, join my paid community, and I'm going to get you to all the classes you need. Okay? All right. Let me, because I don't want to trip and fall. All right, guys, you have a great rest of the day. If you're just stopping in, catch the replay over on YouTube at Learn with Martine. And I will see you guys Wednesday. The homework for today: write down a rejection that's still feeling heavy. What lesson did you give it, or what protection did it provide? Explore it so we can take steps to move through it and move on. Have a good day, everybody.